Well, good morning, everybody. It's another beautiful morning. I thought I would come out in the woods a little bit this morning, a little different scene. It's really pretty out here. The leaves are starting to change. Beautiful day. Well, I hope that y'all are all still praying for our country. Those about a month ago, and I gave you those 10 things to pray about for God's people to come back to Him, our nation to come back to God, and those things. Uh, just keep praying and keep praying because uh, our country needs it, and uh, and I hope you be sure to go out and vote in a couple of weeks, about a week and a half now, to go vote. It's just going to be a really important election. A lot of things at stake. And as I was reading my Bible this morning in our daily Bible reading, I come across some scriptures that uh, maybe not an encouraging word, but in the end it is encouraging. So I thought I would share a few of those scriptures with you, and it's in several parts in the four Gospels, but I chose Luke 20:21, and it talks about the end times. And it says, "Then he continued by saying to them, nation will rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. There will be great earthquakes, various places, plagues, famines. There will be terrors and great signs from heaven." It says, "And I will." It said, "In all of this, it's I'm going to give you an opportunity to testify these things, but don't worry about preparing for those things." It said, "So make up your mind not to prepare beforehand to defend yourselves, for I will give you utterance and wisdom, which none of your opponents will able to withstand." It says, "But you will be delivered and be betrayed even by your parents, your brothers, relatives, friends. You will be hated by all because of my name." And we see that already today, folks. If you mention Jesus' name, you can say God, you can do a lot of other things, but when you throw Jesus in there, everybody goes into a panic and an uproar. Uh, but it says in verse 18, it says, "Yet all these things happen, yet not one hair of your head will perish. But by your endurance, you will gain your lives." But when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then recognize that desolation is near. Well, we see all that going on right now. Uh, and so I'm not saying that this is the end. I don't know when the end is, but there's certainly a lot of signs of the end of times coming our way. So there will be signs in the sun, the moon, the stars, on the earth, displayed among the nations, in perplexity at the roaring of the sea and the waves, men fainting from fear and the expectation of the things which are coming upon the world, for the powers of heavens will be shaken. Then they will see. This is verse 27. You say, well, what's encouraging about all that? Well, here's an encouraging part. "Then you will see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with great power and great glory. But when you see these things begin to take place, straighten up and lift up your heads, because your redemption is drawing nigh." Folks, there's a lot of things happening in our world today, and I don't know if this is the end. There's certainly signs are lining up that we're getting closer. We're certainly closer than we've ever been to the return of Jesus Christ. And I was just reading these things this morning. Me and my wife were reading these things. She said, "Boy, that's kind of scary." I said, "It is kind of scary. But in the end, if those verses said, not a hair of our head will be hurt." Well, and in the end, when Jesus comes back, he's coming back in great power and great glory. And that's when our true redemption, our eternal redemption from this old earth is going to be take place, and we will be redeemed forever with him. Look, I don't know what's going to happen, but whatever it does, God's in control. He's still in control. Jesus is still on the throne. He's still Lord. We were reading a couple of weeks ago where Paul said, "For me to live is Christ, and to die is gain." So we're living for Christ. As long as we're living for him. And come what may, we're living for him. And if we die, you know what? We'll just be in heaven, right? So I hope that there's a lot of bad news there's a lot of good news in that. So I hope that encourages you to remember to go vote just in a couple of weeks. Remember to be in church tomorrow somewhere. Don't miss it. Calvary folks, we'll see you there. Love all y'all. God bless.